This is the Franchise Basketball Insider, presented by Massengale Eye Care, Oklahoma City's leading eye care provider since 1989. Call 631-2020.
Greetings and welcome to the Franchise Basketball Insider. It was an odd night inside Chesapeake Energy Arena as the Spurs left all but Danny Green from the starting lineup back in San Antonio and raced out to a 26-24 lead over Oklahoma City at the end of the first quarter. But the Thunder outscored the Spurs 24-18 in the second quarter, 35-19 in the third quarter, and raced on to a 111-92 win for their 51st victory of the season. Kevin Durant led all scorers with 31 points. He also had 10 rebounds for a double-double. Enes Kanter had 20 points and 10 rebounds. Let's go inside the locker room. First to the podium, Billy Donovan. We hear also from Greg Popovich from the Spurs locker room, and then back in to talk to KD and Russ.
Well, I think I said in the pregame it was going to be a hard game to play, just because obviously it's not their full complement of players. But I thought as the game wore on, we got progressively better. In the first half, at least the first quarter, I thought we gave up. I think we gave up 6 offensive rebounds. I think we maybe had 5 or 6 turnovers in that first quarter. I thought our first shot defense was pretty good. I thought for the most part in the game we defended pretty well, and I think we continue to evolve and get better on the offensive end of the floor. So it was a hard game, but I think there was some areas of improvement that we continue to show, and I think we can hopefully learn and get better from this game.
Did Russell change the game in the second and third quarters, kind of just with his energy?
Yeah, I mean he does that. He had a couple great drives, some steals. He got out in transition. He did a really nice job finding guys. Certainly, he shot the ball at a very highly efficient level tonight. I thought he all around played a really, really good game tonight and played exceptionally well. And maybe when we were teetering a little bit there in that first quarter where we weren't playing particularly well, certainly giving up those offensive rebounds, I thought his offense kind of answered and stopped some runs. And then, as you mentioned, that second and third quarter, he really played well.
Well, in the NBA, they did what they're supposed to do in the end. They kicked our butt, but we hung in there really well, did a good job, and you learn from everything. Whether you win, lose, doesn't matter. So we had a lot of young guys get some time and found out, some other things about certain players in certain situations, and that's what you try to do. So we'll take all the positives from it that we can.
You were talking before the game about Boban and physicality, getting used to it. Was that an example tonight of what you were talking about?
I don't know what you mean by that.
It seemed like they bodied up pretty well and kept putting bodies on.
It's a physical game, but he was fine.
What's the biggest difference between how you guys performed in the first half and the second half?
That's a good question. For us, the third quarter was about turnovers and missed shots. We turned it over 4 times in the first half. In the third quarter, we turned it over 5 times just in that quarter. And that's a bad combination of those turnovers in one quarter and not making shots while the other team is making shots.
It was just another opportunity for us to keep growing and building our habits, it wasn't on us that they didn't play their starters, so we can't, we have to continue to play our game and stick with what we do.
Kevin, you guys seem to break away in that third quarter. Anything that changed for you all coming out of halftime, maybe just some comfort?
Yeah, we just got stops and we ran out, got easy points, Russell was great at getting to the paint and kicking out and, making plays for himself, so they got us going. We got stops too.
You got the ball on that left block like 3 or 4 times in a row. They finally decided to send help. Just your recognition of being able to see the whole floor. How has that evolved?
That was all of my teammates. They setting screens for me and then spacing out and making shots. So you gotta give the credit to them.
Got 2 tough ones on the road coming up. Anything new?
Yeah, we just back to back. We got to be ready. Toronto's a tough team. Detroit's playing well, fighting for their lives. So we got to keep it up. And what's his name again? Marjanovic. Yeah, he was. He can play. I like his game. He's tall, 7'3". I think Steve did a good job of being physical with him.
Did you see the Russell throw it up off the top of the backboard?
Yeah, I had my head turned. I just heard the crowd go crazy. But nothing he does seems to amaze me nowadays. He just feel like he could do anything.
Were you guys kind of eventually able to understand their personnel and get into a rhythm second quarter, third quarter?
You just played our game. Came out
defensively, I thought we did a great job defensively, 48 minutes, and came with the win.
I think you had 8 straight on some mid-range jumpers in that second quarter to kind of turn the tide. Did you notice something they were giving you during that stretch?
You got to take what the defense gives you and read and react.
How important is it creating extra possession for y'all with his offensive rebound?
Very important, man. I think he's, one of the best in the game at that. Getting extra possessions. Like I said before, I honestly think nobody's been playing better than him off the bench. Sixth man of the year, he's been constantly getting double-doubles and limited amount of minutes. I don't know what his plus-minus is, but I think he's been great for us.
Is that something you can go to when y'all need a basket in the fourth quarter? It seems like y'all really you and him got to really know.
I just try to look for him. He has great hands. He does a good job of finding space, and my job is to better make it easy for him.
All right, that'll do it from the Thunder locker room. Next up, Toronto on Monday night, then to Detroit on Tuesday night in back-to-back games before the Thunder return home to play the Clippers. 111-92, the victory tonight for Oklahoma City over the San Antonio Spurs. That's it for this edition of the Franchise Basketball Insider. I'm David Garrett for Oklahoma's new sound for sports, 107.7 The Franchise.